Hello, welcome to Talk-ohhh-Challenge. Thursday, time to do a surprising painting. Well, surprising me at least. My name is Sarah, I'm the artist behind Pinselgeschichten, and each Thursday I take either a background painting that somebody else did, like for example last week my husband, or I take a word from a word generator and I take you through the being creative, kind of composing a painting, what to do with a word, with an idea kind of stuff. Then I do paint it, and I have a time-lapsed version of the video somewhere in this video then, and in the end I'm gonna come back and talk a bit what maybe worked or did not work or was surprising, was unexpected, things like that. So let's hop right into it. So since I had the background last week, I'm going to have the word generator this week. And while I set that up and give you the new word, let me just say that autumn is here. It's goddamn cold. I have the heating on in my studio finally, and I feel I'm coming down with something, which is always an indicator for pre-winter season. So this is the word generator. Let's go for a new word. And it is unseparable. Well, definition. That's actually funny. Usually there's a whole definition, but it just says inseparable. So, yeah, well, I know what the word means. Now I just gotta come up with something, but let me just note the word so that I don't forget until I edit the video and everything. So, inseparable. Two things that you cannot take apart. Two people, two items or people that you could take apart but don't want to be taken apart. And I don't mean like crushing them or dismembering, disassembling them, but like they have a strong relationship, for example. They don't want to be separated. So it's either you can't or you don't want. Major thoughts here. So, what is inseparable? Time and space, for example, is inseparable. Well, there's a couple of things that you could separate when, like, you talk about them. You have it when you define something, for example, seasons or past, present, future. You kind of can separate them when you just look at one of these sections, but the present is linked to the future or the past, for example. So kind of that route. So you could actually not separate that. For whatever reason, I don't really feel like drawing people. Nah, not really. So I think I would go more with quote-unquote the science-y approach for that word. By the way, I just had that thought. It would take force to try to separate inseparable things. Or people too. You would need force. So, I'm not gonna go with Star Wars, don't worry. Or am I? No, probably not. What else do you name in the same sentence? Like, for example, I don't want to make any advertisement here or whatever, but like Ben and Jerry's, Unseperable, ice cream, brand name, things like that. So I'm searching in my brain for other things that are not a brand that you name in the same breath, like in the same moment when you what is working there? Could I go with seasons? Not really. Kinda, yeah, but not really. I mean, it always depends on where you live on the planet. So you can separate Christmas from snow, for example. It's more likely in one place than the other. So I think I don't want to go down that road. Circle of life kind of thing, maybe. That would lead into the past, present, future kind of thing. So spring is always followed by summer, and after things blossom, they eventually will have fruits and then die down. So, or birth, life, death. These are things that, in my mind, are inseparable. But what am I going to pick? What am I going to take? What do I like? So many possibilities. Let's have the coffee of decision. God. Still staring at a blank page. So I could go either the route of, what am I? Inseparable. I could go quite abstract and have just a painting where you can't separate one thing from the other, like layer-wise, color-wise, pattern. Or I could go depicting the relationship, like either with drawing people or maybe animals. There's some that do mate for life. Or I could go with the concept of time again, like or I could go the route of cause and consequence, because these are inseparable as well. I could just paint a tube of super glue. That would be rather goofy. Or I could do something that fuses together, like when you have a photography or a painting or whatever, and you have just the black silhouette, and there's like two items there, like, I don't know, a man sitting on a chair, and you can't really see where the separation is. Maybe that's actually something cool. Or have like two colors faded together so that you can't have a separation there. That's it. Let's do something with that. What could I take? Fusing something together. Well, it could be pretty much anything. You could have colors faded together. So I would say, what do I want to take? Leaves. You know, it's autumn. I could actually, yeah, I just had a thought. This is it. I painted something similar a few years ago, but I didn't have the fusing together kind of thing, but more like layers. And it's on my channel. There's a video for in the mixed media section, fall leaves or something, where I had geometric forms in black and white in the background and had leaves glued onto them. So they were more of a 3D effect. So how about I take something similar, like I just drew here, a geometric, I don't know, kind of pattern, have it have, I don't know, a leaf or something. What kind of leaf? Let's just take oak for now. Something like that. Is that an oak leaf? No, not really. That looks like a meeple. If you're a board gamer, you're probably giggling right now. So let's say I have the leaf down here. And now I need colored pencil to make it visible. Colored pencil. So how about... Finally, I have an idea. So this is the leaf kind of silhouette kind of thing going on. Just super rough. That would have to have way more work at it. So that whole section here would be painted as a leaf. Just like those colors. The background we could make black and white. Oh, there it is. Like, for example, black here, really crisp lines, heavy on the contrast. And then have like two colors, I don't know, maybe let's say a black, a white, which is now green, or I could take green actually. Ooh. But in the sections that get close to the leaf, you don't have any contrast, like here, for example, this particular one. Take this section here. It goes right up to the leaf. So here and here, I would have crisp lines, very heavy on the contrast. And up here, I would the color fade into the leaf. So you can't really separate the leaf from the background in those sections and have that all over the edges of the leaf, have everything just blend there and all the other parts just be very, very heavy, like I said, on the contrast, and very crisp lines. How about that? That would be inseparable, because then you could not really separate the leaf from the background. Would just fade in there. Would be more on the abstract kind of side of the spectrum, but I don't mind. I don't have to have a couple kissing in the rain in front of the Eiffel Tower. I mean, that's a different kind of inseparable, but that's too Captain Obvious, you know. So yeah, I think I would rather go with this one. Probably use acrylics for it. Could I use watercolors? I think I would go with acrylics rather. Watercolors. Mixed media maybe. Pastels could work too. Even Copics would work. So I think this would be pretty nice on a smaller surface. I don't have to have that at a very large canvas. And then the question would be, what colors would I want to use? I actually like the black and white kind of theme, maybe a warm gray. And have a green or a turquoise blob in there to help along the color. I think I don't want to go with watercolors only, because then I would have to use masking fluid to have really crisp lines, and I think I can achieve that better with other media. Watercolors is quite uncontrollable, pretty loose. So either markers, colored pencils, or chalk, or acrylics. Now, what am I going to do with that? I think I should go with my first instinct and go with acrylics, maybe? Should I? Or I could go with colored pencils. I actually like that idea. Or pastels. Ah, gosh. Decisions. What could I have crisp lines with? Or I could mix the acrylics pretty well. But yeah, let's just go with acrylics. Done. I'm not gonna think about it anymore. I'm going acrylics, and I'm going black, white, and 1 or 2 colors probably in the cooler section. So maybe blue, purple, or green. Yeah, so I'm just gonna give it a try. Let's see how it works out, and then I'm gonna come back later and tell you all about it. All right? So, see you in a few. Ta-da! So this is Unseperable. This is what I made. Stayed quite abstract, pretty much bringing in the planning thingy. Stayed pretty close to the original plan, but the leaf in the middle doesn't stuck out as much as I thought it would. So I thought it would stick out more in the middle and then blend into the background, but actually the whole leaf pretty much blended into the background. I could have left the green glaze and not applied that, so then the leaf would have stuck a bit more out, but the contrast was a bit too much with the white for my personal taste, so that's why I used the glaze. And I tried to counteract the leaf being not the focal point, but it rather being the background in this case, by applying scribbly lines with permanent marker in white and black. It kind of worked, not as much as I hoped though. But for whatever reason, I think this could be a nice part on something else. So having another painting around it, or have it be like glued to a page and have a background or something there. So the whole piece then would be the focal point. I think that would work nicely, maybe with some warm yellows, or yeah, even a purple or a pinkish kind of color. I think that would work nicely. Maybe I will try that later. I'm not sure yet, but for now, that's Unseperable. Yeah, you saw that the acrylics blended quite nicely. I mixed always the color that I had in the square with either the dark blue or the turquoise, so that worked nicely. And I'm pretty much done now. I'm sorry, I'm already on the run. I got a call in like 5 minutes, so I want to make sure I wrap up this video before. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section below. I will let you know if I do something with that painting and add it maybe to art journal or something. I will definitely let you know. I hope you enjoyed watching along. I wonder what was in your mind when you heard the word Unseperable, what you pictured, what you might have drawn or painted. I would love to know. So leave me a comment or hit me up on my social medias. And I will see you tomorrow with a new painting, and next Thursday with another background that I'm working on. So I got some more friends that were so kind as to, well, paint backgrounds for me. I would also very much appreciate if you thumbs up this video or shared it or subscribed to the channel if you feel like it. That really helps. And have a very good day. Maybe you got some time to create. I would love that. And take good care, everybody. Bye.